Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today we are taking part in a hop with Pear Blossom Press, and they have teamed up with Ink and Splatter, and I got the cutest little things. Anyway, I've got a paper pack from them and this cute little gnome that is eating s'mores. That is perfect for winter, and what we're going to do is we're going to stamp them up, we're going to color them up, and then we're going to add some lights. I've got all my little gnome and all my sentiments and the extra s'more all laid out, so we can go ahead and stamp those out. And I'm using VersaFine Clair Nocturne. I love this dark black ink. And then I'm going to be using some Wow Clear embossing powder. The reason I love using the Wow, or one of, is because first off, since it's clear, it's going to trap the ink in there. So it's going to look like I stamped in black, I did black embossing powder, which is not what I'm doing. If I do black embossing powder, the black goes everywhere, and I do not like that. Anyway, it traps it in there, so it gives it nice, crisp lines. I love that for when I'm coloring. And since it is Wow, it has an anti-static property, so the embossing powder doesn't go everywhere. So I absolutely love that. That looks great. Let's go ahead and add some Wow embossing powder to the top. And like I said, I am using Wow Clear. So I just got in some new markers, some new Ohuhu markers. I got a big set and just finished doing the swatching of them. So I'm going to use some of these guys. I'm not real familiar with the markers yet. It's going to be fun. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and color some of these up using the colors in the paper pack as my guide. So I've already pulled out some of the markers, and we're going to start off with the reds. So here's my cute little gnome. I'm going to start off, I think, with the reds. I'm also going to, especially since I'm new to these, but this is a good habit to get into anyway, I'm going to swatch them out again and make sure that they behave the way that I expect them to. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut this out, and the only time I'm doing it this way is when I've got a stamped image and I'm using my magnetic magic mat when I do it now. Whenever I'm doing a stamped image, I want to make sure that the die is right where I put it, and so having it on there like that really helps. And then just carefully putting the top plate on and just running it through. And that means it's going to cut out perfectly around my stamped image. And this is perfect for when you're doing sentiments and stuff as well. I love this new magnetic magic mat. I use my regular magic mat for all the rest of my die cutting. So there we go. He's cut out perfect. So we're going to be using the one light for this. If you haven't seen this, it is this guy. It is basically a little mini flashlight, and Amanda and me, I love calling this the gateway drug. So if you've never made a light up card before, this is a perfect place to start. You've got a little LED light, you've got your battery, and then you've just got a button. I'm going to shield it. That when you push the button, it lights it up just like a flashlight. It only lights it up as long as you're hitting the button. There is one that stays on, and I'm not going to talk about that here, but you will see it soon. And I do have another video up over my channel that shows the candle light, which is super fabulous. Anyway, we're going to use this, and this is the idea I have. I'm going to make our little gnome's nose light up. So let's put the light behind his nose just to see if that's what I want it to do. That is really bright. Oh my goodness, that is actually brighter than I thought. I keep forgetting that this one is really bright. So that means I probably need to put a layer or two of cardstock behind that. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut some out. Now you could, sometimes you have the alternative. You've got the opposite issue. You need to have more light come out. And in that case, you'd probably want to pop a hole or something. I'm going to add more cardstock to the back, which is going to be super easy because I have the die for this image. So we're going to add a second layer of cardstock behind him. And then we can take a look and see how the light looks behind that. And I think that that looks a lot better. Fabulous. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I have, and this is, if you're interested, there is a link down below. You can sign up for my newsletter or my email list, and I can send you the templates that I've designed to go along with our Pear Blossom press lights. You don't have to use the templates. All I've done is I've made it a paper version to make it easier for you to decide where you want to put all your things. So if we do this, that's where I want the light. But here's where the button is, so I can turn it around and see where do I want. Let me grab my pokey tool. That'll make it a little easier to see. So I poked a hole into both of those spots so I can see through them, right? So if I want my light to be right in the middle of the nose, I can turn this to see where do I want my push button to be. And if I want to make sure that nothing is showing, which is what I need to do, I am just now changing my mind about where I want to have my button. I was going to have the button over here, but if I do that, you're going to see the mechanism. If I move it over to this side, you won't, and I can still put the button over on his coffee. So that is where I'm going to do that. I can line this up on the back and line it up perfect with that, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab some tape. We're going to adhere this to the back of our character here with some double stick tape, if I can find the end of the tape. Just going to cut a couple pieces off and adhere that right onto the battery pack. I want the button to be right there. I have to keep looking. Okay, the light is going to go there behind his nose, right there. And then the button's going to go right over here. I think I put it a little bit off. Yep, I did. There we go. Now I can just press everything together. So now it's going to be all adhered together, okay? And now when I press over here on his coffee mug, his little nose lights up. Now, one thing I am noticing is there's quite a bit, and let's go ahead and take a look at it over here. There's quite a bit of light shining around everything. If you want to block that, and that's what I'm going to do, we're going to use some tape. So I'm taking out my Pear Blossom Press foam tape, which is double thick, so it's the perfect thickness for our lights. I'm going to go ahead and put some actually under here and behind it. And let's take a look, see if that blocks it off some on that side. Yes, it blocked good on there. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're kind of going to just create a little box for the light to be in. Okay. Okay, that looks much better. You still get a little bit of light back there, but that is fine. Let's add a little bit more on this other side. And this part is basically just to block the light. Now I want to have the rest of this popped up too, so we're going to add a little bit of foam behind all of those bits. And it cuts super easy, so that's good. I love it that you can cut your foam tape. But those are not really the absolute best things about this specific foam. Now, you guys know I love foam. If you've seen any of my videos, you know how much I love my foam. I put foam on basically all of my cards. It adds that little extra, and I absolutely love it. But this stuff, the release paper comes off super easy, and it's repositionable for up to 30 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. It's repositionable for up to 30 minutes, which means if I messed up and put it somewhere I didn't want or didn't need it to be, it's okay because you know what? I can lift it right off and it's not going to rip my cardstock. Okay, let's go ahead and remove all of that release paper. Okay, so now we're going to place our little gnome onto our, let me grab my tweezers so I can position it just where I want it. I'm going to put him down onto our foam. And then I'm going to add some liquid adhesive all over the back here. And you're not going to see the adhesive because everything is going to be held down to the onto the vellum behind our character. And now I can just pop this up. I love this. Oh my goodness. There we go. So now I just need to add a sentiment and add our push button. So we're going to go ahead and add this on. You could, of course, stamp it directly on there, but I'm finding that because of the style and because of the way that I tend to do things, it's kind of seat in my pants. Let's see how things work. Because I do that, adding the button, adding the little push sign after the fact actually works really, really well for me. So that may work well for you too. Just do what you want. And I think I'm going to add, this is so cute. So all of the sentiments would work great for this, but I think I'm going to do laugh more. Laugh, s'more, worry less. And do I want to pop? Yeah, I have to. I was going to say I was not going to pop him up on foam, but I kind of have to, you know? And since everything else is popped up with this foam, that's the foam I'm going to use. So it's all going to be same level. Laugh, s'more, worry less. That is so cute. And then I think on the inside, okay, I've got the other sentiments. I went ahead and cut those out. So gnomes need s'more friends like you. There's always room for s'more gnomes and s'more fun with my Gnome. I was basically thinking I need to put the little s'more, the extra s'more we made, in here somewhere. And maybe there's always room for s'more gnomes. That's cute. Okay, let's go ahead and glue these down. And there we go. That finishes up. Oh gosh, he is so cute. That finishes up that card. I hope that you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the hop and get lots of inspiration for using Pear Blossom Press lights, and using products from Ink and Splatter. These guys go so well together, and I think that, yeah, like chocolate and marshmallows, right? Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and check out the rest of the hop. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.